Well, I'm really excited. I'm here to hear about Jenny's progress reading, and I am so excited. So one of the things I thought maybe if we could have you share just a little bit about the reading approach that we're taking here at Marshall Road and across the county, that would be helpful. And then I want to have Jenny share her work with me.
Yep. So at Marshall Road, we use structured literacy for reading intervention and Tier 1 reading instruction. It's an Orton Gillingham based methodology where you do reading and writing like synchronous, so that whatever you do in reading, you also do in spelling. And it's direct instruction with, we're teaching really clear spelling patterns, the sounds of all the letters, and we do a lot of diagnostics. So we start with really assessing the student and figuring out what they know, and then teaching them right where they are to help move them forward.
So Jenny, what's been the most fun about learning to read?
I can now read chapter books.
That's so exciting. One of the things you were going to show me was one of the rules that you learned and why it's important. Do you want to share that with me?
So this is a 1-1-1 rule. So I have an example, top plus ing. If it's one syllable, one vowel, and one consonant after the vowel, you double the last letter. So like top plus ing, it would equal Topping, topping.
Huh. So I wonder what a different, maybe run and ing, would that be another one? And what would you double then?
The N.
The N, that's right. I like to run. What about you? Yeah. So Vanya, how has it been to have Jenny learning to read? I mean, that's so exciting, I think, for a parent.
Yeah, it's really great. Last year we talked about going to the book fair instead of getting, the erasers and all the fun knickknacks. She actually wanted books. This year, now with learning all these special tools like the 1-1-1, when we read at night, it's a page for her and a page for me and a page for her. Before it just, was me reading all the time. So we do Lexia every single day. We put in time, and, when she's ready to give up, I say, we're going to get better. We're going to get stronger.
Right.
And we do fun things like we'll take a notebook and she'll write me a note, and then she'll walk away and I'll write something and then go back and forth. So reading and writing that way, we do fun things like that. But
just a notebook on the kitchen counter.
Just one of her little diary things, and I'll write her a letter, and then I'll take it and I'll go clean something, come back, and she's wrote me back, and we'll go back and forth.
Nice.
We write each other letters.
I know one of my commitments coming into the county is to make sure every third grader is a reader. Because it's so important, because in fourth grade, you have to be able to read to do the work, right? So when you think about what advice would you give to entering third graders to help them become strong readers?
Keep practicing.
I know. It's hard though, isn't it, sometimes? When we were in the pandemic and everybody was at home, I think reading was harder then, wasn't it? Yeah, so when we came back to school, what made it easier, do you think?
Because I was in real life and not on the computer.
I know, it feels that way. What do you think we're able to do in the classroom that's really helpful for readers?
Look at the vowel sounds and the welded sounds, and look at all the spelling options you can have and see which one works the best.
Yeah, I think that's really important, isn't it? Sometimes you just have to almost guess a little bit, right? But there's some rules you learn so that it seems like you're more likely to guess right. Is that? Yeah, so Principal Haggis, what would you say coming back from COVID has been one of the parts that's helped our readers?
We are constantly assessing kids and then saying, what do they know? And then how do we build on that? So, and we've also been really fortunate because our teachers have gotten lots of amazing training. Almost all our teachers are letters trained. Lots of them are using foundations, letters. Now we've added in the UFly resources along with the pacing guide that has some amazing resources in it. So it's been kind of a combination, right? So both your classroom teacher, our Tier 1 has gotten a lot tighter, and then we've got real strategic Tier 2 and Tier 3 reading.
Nice. Yeah, reading is just so fun, I think, right? You can take adventures without leaving the chair, the couch. Is there a skill that made the biggest difference for you, do you think? I know this strategy is a helpful one. Is there another one maybe?
Gentle Cindy.
Oh, why don't you explain that to me?
So E, I, and Y, if it's after a G or a C, it makes it sound like a J or a S.
Principal Haggis, anything else you want to share with us? This is so exciting.
I mean, we just feel, first of all, we're so proud of Jenny and all the hard work. Part of this has been her hard work as well. And Vanya, as her mom, working every night. They practice reading. I think we've also just been really fortunate at Marshall Road that we have Graham as our literacy leader, and that so many of our teachers really understood. It wasn't even like a bandwagon that they jumped on. They started to really understand these are the tools our kids need. Every child needs these tools to unlock that mystery that is reading, and once they unlock that mystery, they become readers. We need all our teachers in FCPS knowing how to teach reading so that we don't leave anybody behind.
I think Louisa Moat said that the most powerful tool we have against illiteracy is a knowledgeable teacher. And I think Fairfax County is definitely on the way to having all of our teachers have the knowledge to help all students learn to read.
Yeah, that letters training is really second to none. It's very
It is.
comprehensive.
Yep, I'm almost done with volume 2.
Nice, that's fabulous. So, well, congratulations. Well done. I'm proud of you. Nice.